Here we are at Simpson Park. I've come here many times, and never have I noticed the 30/30 sign, which is clearly right here. With the Blue Heron Trail, we're going to do the river walk to the boat ramp and back. So I've always thought of this as sort of the beginning of the trail. So it's by the parking lot rather than where they've got the sign, but I understand why the sign is where it is. So normally you come up through here, right near the playground area and soccer fields, and head down the trail. So it weaves through some woods for a while before you reach a little bit of an opening with a view across the other side of the lake. It's kind of a nice, pleasant walk. In the summertime, you got leaves and plenty of shade. The lake is currently frozen over. There are a pair of eagles that winter here as well, and sometimes you can see them. So one of the few offshoots of this trail that they have goes down to the lake out here. A lot of people use this for fishing. We'll take a look at it, and we'll come back up this way. The ground being frozen, it's 25 degrees out today as the high. There's no real worry about mud. So if you take this back off this way, I don't know how well we can see that with that sun, it'll take you back up to the trail. We'll just backtrack and do the whole asphalt part when we get there. And here we can see the lake, clearly frozen over. Back off to the right. Way off in the distance down there, kind of hidden behind the trees, is that shelter. It's not that far off in the distance. I doubt you'll be able to see it when I get over there, but the eagle's nest is off on just the other side of the lake over there. Let's head back. So one of the nice things about coming out today, the trail is basically empty. Usually it's pretty busy. You get a collection of walkers, cyclists on here. There's a Great Rivers Greenway trail along the Merrimack nearby. You can get about 12 miles out and back from different points using that if you're on a bike. And you can work this in as well. But anyway, the lake, which I'll show you a little bit better in a little bit, is usually rather full of people fishing, kayaking, canoeing, kayaking and fishing, paddleboarding, etc. It's a very busy place on the weekends in the summer in particular, which is fantastic. I enjoy the area as a place to do photography. I've had a lot of luck here. I'm just a hobbyist, but a lot of luck photographing birds and some landscape shots that I'll work into this video. So here we are at a point where the trail, starts to open up and you can look out over the lake. Now that particular log right there, if I had my way, I'd be able to get a picture of a bird, preferably an eagle or a hawk on it. However, I've walked this trail countless times and I have never seen any birds ever on that particular piece of wood. So I guess that's probably not going to happen. Not really worth the effort of camping out here basically to try to see the bird to get the shot. But nice little pano of the lake. So here we are, nearing the other parking lot by the boat ramp at Simpson Lake. And you'll note that according to the sign over here, this is where the trail ends, which it does. And the trail is the Blue Heron Trail. It's 0.8 miles back to where we began. And I guess it's only fitting that I show you a couple pictures I've taken of a blue heron here at Simpson Lake. So we're approaching the actual boat ramp itself, and you'll see that, of course, federal law protects the eagles. And there's a sign, not to go any further than this, so we certainly won't do that. Won't go further. Lake rules on fishing. And then we head down the ramp here, get a view close to water level of the lake. Across the lake from here is that area with picnic benches and grill and everything. And that is, to me, one of the best spots to get evening or sunset photographs here in St. Louis County. The lake closes half an hour after sunset, so you got a little bit of time into the blue hour to get the full golden hour. And there's a log over there. If you catch the sun and the clouds right, you can get a pretty cool shot for St. Louis County. So St. Louis County is far eastern Missouri. And the eastern border of St. Louis County sits along the Mississippi Flyway and Mississippi River. At least most of it. Part of it butts up to St. Louis City, but that's a St. Louis thing on how we chosen to organize our municipal arrangements. But anyway, what is interesting with Simpson Lake in that regard is it is about, the entrance to the park is maybe a quarter mile from the Merrimack River, which empties into the Mississippi River a few miles downstream. Several, maybe 6 or 7. And as a result, you get a lot in the fall. You get a lot of ducks, geese, and other migratory birds, water birds in particular, that like to use the lake as a stopover point. Obviously, with it being frozen over right now, that's not the case. But it can be really interesting, and the best time for those birds is just before the sun goes down. They get really active with their flying in, landing, and setting up for the evening. Here we are at the other edge of the trail, at the other end where we started. You can kind of see off in the distance maybe the road in, some picnic benches, some nice tall trees. We're going to head down towards that pavilion for a second. We'll be out of here. So as you can see from the parking lot, I'm about the only one out here. There's 25-degree weather. Yeah, it's quite busy when it's not cold out. So just like our trail was named Blue Heron, so is this particular shelter that we're coming up on. And there are a lot of neat views here. Out on the lake. This looks like it's actually a pretty good day for a decent sunset. I won't be staying for that. But I will show you my favorite spot to take a landscape sunset photograph here. And this camera will probably get real dark with this particular sun arrangement. But right in there, I particularly find that to be a good spot for a photograph. Well, that'll do it for Simpson Lake. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there is indeed a blue heron literally flying over the ice in the distance. And landing.